Hey, this is Manny Moonraker, and welcome to UFO Report number 76. Actually, it's not even UFO Report anymore. As of today, the episodes that have to deal with UFO news will be called UFO Buster Radio News. And the number. And this number is 176. And the reason that is because we're going to have a UFO Buster Radio Network, which is one of these shows will be under that. Then we're going to have the sports podcast. But then, eventually, I'm going to open the door to other podcasters to include their work under UFO Buster Radio Network. Of course, it goes into a lot of things. You know, you got to have, you got to cross your T's, dot your I's, and do all that kind of shit. Because we don't want any copyright infringement deals coming out and fucking things up for everybody. So, if you're interested, let me know. Hit me a DM. If you got a little podcast on the side, it's not being, sent everywhere. It's only in one spot, like freaking Blogspot or Blog, whatever the hell that damn Blog Talk. I mean, who the fuck uses Blog Talk anymore? But you want to, get out there and do a little more, then let me know. Maybe we could work something out and include your podcast under the network that is now called UFO Buster Radio. I'm excited about this. I think it's fantastic. But today, we're going to run to some UFO Buster Radio news that has to do with the state of Washington. God, you gotta love the state of Washington because there's always something UFO-ish happening over there. What a great article. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, everything looks good, but shit happens. And especially on this particular app, so no fucks given if it fucks up. The title for this article, which came out of Davenport, Washington, 160 UFO sightings reported in Washington State last year. 160. 160. What an amazing amount of UFO reports. And this is that apparently these reports came into the National UFO Reporting Center, known as NUFORC, and they actually said that it's 160 after they went through it with a fine-tooth comb, took out all the rubber dickers, took out all the no-good-nicks and all the prank calls, and this is what they came up with. Their calculations tell us that it's about 55 hours per every sighting. So basically, what you got, like maybe 8 days or something like that, 8 or 9 days. Every 8 or 9 days, somebody saw something that was out of this world, or at least unidentified for the sakes of this conversation here. Now, everybody knows NUFORC, right? They've been around forever. A lot of people just know it as NUFORC, right? Because that's the acronym. But it's a National UFO Reporting Center. Now, here's another great fact about Washington State being the third highest number in total sightings in the database for last year. Number one was California, the weed state. Number two was Florida, the Geritol state. So basically, what it is. On the first one, it could be hallucinations. And the second one, it could be old eyes. People are ready for retirement in Florida. So they see all kind of shit going their way, or going around them, flying in and out. And probably hoping for some good probings. I don't know. And don't DM me about the Florida statements, because I used to live in Florida, okay? Okay? Let's just keep it that way. This article is great because pretty much it gives you a bunch of examples of what they're talking about. It comes from the Como News. The Como News actually gives some sighting examples that were reported to NUFORC. And here's one of them. October 24th of last year. Sighting was reported by a former pilot. The object was spherical in shape and emitted a brilliant, extremely coherent orange glow. What the fuck is coherent? I don't know. Was it giving you Morse code? Can you tell me more about the fucking glow? You see what I mean? You can't work with some of these people. He's a pilot. According to Jen Island Heinrich, he should know that what he saw was not an airplane at least. So give us some real news, real description that we can use as a fucking pilot. It's probably a drone pilot. I don't know. The object made zero noise. Hey, good to know. As it approached my direction, it just skimmed the bottom of the cloud layers, moving through cloud material and lighting up with the same orange color it was emitting. Shit, imagine if it would have been something different. Boy, you just fucked up this report. It would have been better if it was like orange and emitting purple. I don't know. What the fuck? Who cares? Who cares? It sped up and slowed down erratically and quickly, moving very much as a living creature would, as opposed to a human aircraft or a drone would. It was quite strange. So I get, I don't know. Probably the wrong one to pick, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Now he thinks the damn thing's alive. Was it a pterodactyl, Mr. Pilot? Is that what it was? Was it something prehistoric? What the fuck are you describing? But this is what they're saying. Washington State is a hotbed for UFO activity. Now, keep in mind, folks, that these are the UFO reports, sightings, etc., experiences that came into Newfork. It doesn't include what went to MUFON. It doesn't include what people put in Reddit or any other platform where they just like to report shit at random because they don't want to call the government, right? And really, they can't, because all the reports for the government actually end up going to Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo. I wonder if people have actually caught on to that fact that Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo, is the one who is taking all these FAA reports for his own use. Maybe people missed that last year when they were talking about that. Oh, I'm sorry, the year before, during the whole ATIP situation. I don't know. You can't explain that shit. But definitely, it is only one segment of the available databases that record this type of information, just reporting such a significant amount of sightings. And Washington State, you're number one. I'm sorry. You're number three. California's number one. Florida number two. Washington number three. You guys need to, go big or go home this year. You got to bring some of them UFO sightings to light. In other news, which I'm not even going to do the news promo for this crap, but apparently Voyager 2, or Voyager 2 for you non-Trekkies, Voyager 2 has finally been confirmed as going into interstellar space. That's a strategic pause so that you guys can show you elation. So you can jump around in circles at your job or at home or in your car at the sound of this announcement about Voyager. Voyager 2 is in interstellar space. Who gives two flying fucks? I'm sorry. I mean, you really have to be a space nut to really give a damn about that. But the problem is, every time I see Voyager, it's like it's back to Star Trek and, aliens and people having sex with aliens and destroying planets and shit like that. So, I mean, and then Voyager comes back and tries to kill mankind, wipe them off the face of the universe. That's what happens. I get these flashbacks of classic Star Trek when it comes to this craziness. But yeah, Voyager 2, interstellar space. I'm sure it's heading towards a star that no one gives two fucks, because it probably also will take another 40,000 years, just like Voyager 1, to get there. And there will be no fucking humanity. And chances are, that won't even last that long. Talk about lofty fucking goals. Haven't they ever heard of, pacing yourself, NASA? Pace yourself. I don't know who thought about this, but hopefully they're dead by now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say negative things like that. Hopefully they're just mind dead or something. I don't know. That was pretty nasty of me to say. But that's what happens to me in ufology. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's the news for today. Don't forget to visit the podcast. And don't forget to visit the actual article, as a matter of fact. Because like I was saying, there are other examples of sightings out of those 160 that you might want to read, because they look pretty interesting. Not like the pilot is so a pterodactyl glowing in the sky. But don't forget to follow the podcast, as I was saying, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And keep an eye out, because the UFO Buster Radio Network is going to be growing. And with your help, it will continue to grow as we bring along other young and up-and-coming podcasters into the world of podcasting about the strange and abnormal, like myself. Thank you again for listening. This is Manny Moonraker. I am signing out. Sayonara, ciao, farewell, bye-bye.